Hi guys, May Flum here, blank piece of paper, Father's Day card in my mind, and I am going to design my own card. So I'm actually just going to work in the middle here, and I was thinking about a design. I had a whole bunch of different ideas, but I was thinking about a design where it said Dad. Let's see. I already don't like that, where I was going with that, okay? Do it this way. Now this is what I want to show you. Obviously not anyone's best writing, but this is what I want to show you that's so great about doing the ScanNCut is if I'm trying to make this, let's say my card is like so, you know, and like something like this. If I'm trying to make this card and I want it to be just this size, I don't actually have to make it that size. I could use obviously not this piece of paper again, but I can sketch this out. I can sort it out. Okay, I want it to be, you know, I want it to look like this, and I want it to go, you know, I want this to connect here. I can sort it all out at any size. I could do it tiny. I could do it big. Because I can get the ScanNCut to make it the actual size that I want. What I am leaning towards is actually, I'm leaning towards one where the D touches. Ooh, that was not good. And the D touches on the exit. So, like so. So, now that I know that, and I know I don't need to worry about the size. I've got another, whoops, I got a couple pieces of paper. Got another piece of paper so I can try again. And this time I will remember my own lesson, which is I don't have to try to make this the exact size. What I can do, though, is use a fine point pen and get the general letters down. About-ish, let's call it. Now here's what I can do with my pen. I can get the lines, I can thicken the lines outside where I want them. Whoops, I'm dropping things. Outside where it's already big enough, inside where it's bigger. Like, so you see, to even these out, let's see, this one's going to be kind of just centered. And I want all these letters to connect. Why do I want all the letters to connect? I want all the letters to connect because I want all of this to be one thing. And I want to go and have this go up and around. And remember what I said. If it doesn't connect, you can come back in and thicken that line until it does. Now, because I'm working a little larger, actually not that much, but just a little bit larger than what my finished product is going to be, I'm going to want to make sure that as I do this, that I'm not making anything so super thin that it won't work. That's the only thing I really need to make sure. Other than that, all I have to do is sit here and fill this all in until I am satisfied with the results. So here is my design all filled in. Now remember, if I scan this in and don't like it, I'm just placing it on my mat. If I don't like it, I can just fix it and rescan it. No problems. ScanNCut data is what we want. Black and white mode is just fine, or grayscale mode. And we scan it in. And then just takes a moment to recognize. When it does, we can tell it if we want just the outline, what exactly we want. We can also at this time zoom way in so that we're only getting our own project. And I can already see, yes, of course, that's going to be fine. We're going to save it. You could save it to a USB drive. I'm just going to save this right to the machine. And then with this saved, guess what? We're ready to cut. We're just going to go to home screen, and yes, it's okay to delete patterns. Patterns, save data, machine. I always go up because it's going to be the last file I did. Now, we're going to click this button right here. I call it the edit button. We're going to select this button right here to select everything. Because remember that when the machine scans it, it sees different pieces, okay? So it sees the inside of this A as one cut, the inside of this part of the A as one cut. It sees this part as one cut. It sees lots of different cuts. So what we want to do is push this button right here, which will unify the pattern, so that if we go to move, everything moves just fine. Now, I'm measuring this, and that's going to be a fine size for a card. I'm going to leave it as is and just say, okay, and cut. If I didn't want to, I could push this button right here once again, this time pushing this button right here, up and sideways, and I could resize it. If I want it, actually, you know what? I will resize it so it's 4 inches wide. And no. Yeah, that's fine. So that's actually perfect. I'll make it 4 inches wide and 3 1/4 inches high. Say okay, and we're ready to cut. Just need to load some paper onto my mat. So I have adhered a piece of acetate to this. You can see how cute it is. So what that's going to do, it's going to let me make a shaker card out of this. You don't have to do this step. This is just if you want to make a shaker card, you're going to need to do this part. First you put the acetate down, and I'm just using some scissors to trim any excess as needed. I'm doing it super, super thin so that it will fit right in here. You can see I've just pre-cut little strips here. And you need to make sure that every single little bit is covered. You can't have any gaps. Absolutely no gaps, because if you have any gaps, it's just, well, it's just not going to work, guys. It's just not. You can cut excess. Okay, if there's excess, you can cut that away. But if there's any gaps in the sequins, the beads, whatever it is you're using in there, they can escape. And you do not want them to escape, because that would be, it'd be a very bad thing. It'd be a very messy card to get in the mail if stuff is flying out of there. That'd be terrible. Oh my goodness, I can see that happening. Okay, so this was a pretty easy one to do. If you have any adhesive showing, you can fix that. Here's all you got to do. Get your sequins, get your beads, your whatever you're putting in here. I'm going to put some green, and I'm going to put some gold, like so. And then I'm just pressing it flat, ever so gently. And then I'm just going to remove these strips. Easy peasy. And then we're going to adhere it all together. And our card is done. And you know what? This is just a really fun project, you guys. Now, this is what you just want to be really slow and careful, because you don't want to make those beads and things bounce into the adhesive and ruin the stickiness and cut like the sequin right here that's trying to annoy me right here. A little sequin, you could just go away. We need it all nice and sealed. There we go. And then I have my cardstock here that's already folded into a card. And what I am going to do is just, I'm not going to worry about if it's perfect, but I'm just going to line it up so I know it's in the middle-ish, because I can always adjust this and flip it over. How fun is that? It's a shaker card for Dad. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And you just need to press down around the edges and make sure nobody's sneaking out. If anybody is trying to sneak out, right in there, all you're going to do is run a little bit of glue to just reinforce that. But it shouldn't, it should be fine. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did lose one. Okay, oh, okay, there's a spot right here that wants to be tricky. So all we have to do, like I said, is just add a little glue there. But if that happens to you, and sometimes when I give it a shake, sometimes that happens, there's a single bead that just got itself stuck on the adhesive there. Sometimes just repressing is all it takes. Sometimes you need to add a little liquid. There we go. So now we really are good to go. Isn't that fun? I hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed seeing how I just made a custom Father's Day card. Now, I could embellish more out here if I want, but honestly, I think Dad's going to like it simple. I think handwritten there and then a note on the inside will be perfect. All right, guys, that's it from me for today. Stay tuned for even more, as always. Until next time, I wish you very happy crafting.